On the NFL's opening game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions, our national anthem is met with cheers. But the NFL just can't help but pander to wokeness, as they also had to play the Black National Anthem. Cutting to shots of confused players, disinterested fans, and when it was finally over, the fans actually booed the teams running off the field. Now, social media users were outraged at the booing, calling Chiefs fans classless, with Twitter replies saying they will boo the white national anthem, which I didn't know existed, how they will sit for the nation one, and how the fans are bad people for booing a black national anthem. And I'm sorry, but I just don't buy it. You simply can't simultaneously be an NFL fan, but also say, I only like 1/4 of the NFL. Do these people online realistically think Chiefs fans look at their roster and say, I like the team, but I won't cheer for you, and you, but I do like you, but not you, and only half of you, and hate the entire defensive roster on basically every single team in the entire NFL, which is an interesting but separate topic. But this just goes to show what sheer nonsense it is to feel the need to introduce wokeness and inclusion to professional football. Sports fans are sports fans because they appreciate the meritocracy that is competition. You'd be hard-pressed to find fans that look like me crying online on social media saying, I can't support the LA Rams until they start more players that look like me, and they acknowledge my heritage with a choir of kids singing a song that literally nobody likes. And for the people lying, saying that anthem is oh so important to them, open up their phone right now, check their Spotify, Apple Music, or any of their music playlists, and I can guarantee Lift Every Voice and Sing is in nobody's rotation, because all this online outrage is nonsense, and viewers are just sick and tired of having it shoved in their face and having to listen to it non-stop while trying to enjoy sports. That's why it's great we have the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. And I'm wearing the everyday earbuds right now, which have honestly been the best fitting earbuds I've ever worn. Because if you haven't noticed, my head is big, but my ears are small, so since the Raycons come with 5 different pairs of gel tips, I've actually been able to find the perfect fit. Because I did have one of the more premium earbuds before that cost more than double than these Raycons. And even with the different tips they came with, and even with the aftermarket tips I bought online, I could never use them because they constantly fall out. And I don't know about you, but I'm not putting something back into my ear after it falls on the floor of a gym, which is why these are my new favorite earbuds whenever I know I'm going to be moving around, especially when working out. And with Raycon's touch features, I can easily switch from noise isolation mode to awareness mode to talk to people around me, and even switch from bass sounds for music to pure sounds for podcasts, all without having to go through the interface of my phone. And now since school is back in session, Raycon is having their back to school sale, where you can get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. Just click the link in the description box below, or go to buyraycon.com/decoyvoice to help support the channel and get your Raycon earbuds today. Now, as much as I just want to tune out all the pandering of diversity and inclusion they try to force into professional sports, I do find it interesting that the NFL is still harping on this, despite them apparently moving on from ending racism and replacing that with playing football. And Twitter replies commend the NFL for finally ending racism, as apparently all it took is them painting the grass for a couple years, and that finally saved society by doing so. But now, it actually seems their wokeness will be the main culprit of bringing it back, as the Black National Anthem seems to only divide us further, where people are turning away from the NFL, turning away from pro sports in general, and actually gravitating towards whatever competition does the least amount of pandering, as apparently college football fans still love America and President Donald Trump. Even as Trump roams the bleachers, everybody breaks into chants of USA. And Trump even visited a frat house afterwards, where he threw around some footballs and cooked some burgers. And that's what I think it all comes down to. Football and making America great, those go hand in hand with the same American values that bring you to an NFL game. So it's very puzzling when these pro sports organizations try to treat their product like a Disney movie, thinking, man, these fans sure do love the flag, beer, and sports ball. What if we make it all about pushing Marxism, dividing us by color, and dismantling the justice system? No wonder fans are flocking to the most unwoke sports organization, the UFC, where coincidentally, Trump has also met with cheers. And now we're even seeing Trump support at the New York Yankees games. Which is in stark contrast to the support that Biden gets outside the stadium.
Yeah, what do you want to do? What else is there?
And where is Biden currently? Well, he's out there in Vietnam taking on probably the biggest threat to our country right now, staircases. As you can recall, walking up the stairs has been one of his biggest obstacles, where there's plenty of footage of him losing this battle, but also the stairs' sidekick, Gravity, sometimes beats Biden all by himself. But rest assured, on his trip to Vietnam, the White House is only having him take baby steps. Now this vengeful vertical villain would be his greatest adversary, but no, his biggest challenge is conversations.
And let's see, I'm just following my orders here. Staff, if anybody haven't spoken, I ain't calling on you. I'm calling. I said I have 5 questions.
Which is odd, because the White House version seems to skip that part.
I'm just following my orders here. I have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
But my biggest takeaway from his speech is this.
Is making sure that we build a railroad all the way across the African continent. Think about it.
So he still hasn't seen East Palestine. There's still hundreds of kids missing in Maui, and a humanitarian crisis in New York City so dire they're actually going to reopen up prisons to house the people that responded to his calls to surge the border. And when Biden's not busy sending billions to his son's favorite country, he's building railroads in Africa. So it makes sense when Biden gets greeted with chants of, "Let's go, Brandon." While Trump constantly gets this at sporting events. And the difference between these two scenes isn't as much about Trump and Biden as much as it just shows us what actual Americans feel, because harvested ballots don't go to sports games and media propaganda can't buy you food. So even though they can conveniently edit out the boos at the NFL trying to play a separate but equal national anthem, they can't change the fact that Americans everywhere are booing. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how blue-collar, hardworking men everywhere don't tolerate this unemployed behavior.